And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Dragons and Demon Podcast with host Kevin Perry, the podcast about real motivation.
Welcome back to another episode of Dragons and Demons Real Motivation. We are back with another episode. It's been a long, busy week, but it's been fun. I'll get into that more towards the end. Today's topic, legacy. What kind of mark or impact will you have on the world? So this kind of comes up after a presentation from one of my coworkers, and she really laid hard in a legacy and kind of the impact we have as educators. I'm not really going to go that route, but I have a couple questions that I've always kind of asked myself as I've channeled different things and things for you to think about. So first question, based on legacy. Who are you? Who are you? And for me, allow me to reintroduce myself. My name is Kevin. I'm a coach, and I mean that in every sense of the word. I always coach people in life, in nutrition, in fitness, in all the aspects of my world. I've always kind of gravitated towards the coaches that I've been coached by and through the other coaches around me. It's always been a lead by example type of role for me. It's always been a mentorship and a kinship that I've always been proud of. For a long time, I was a high school football coach, transitioned out of that based on career changes. Here I am coaching via the internet and social media and different channels. However I can make an impact or make someone smile or make someone's life a little better, I'm going to do it. So there it is. I'm a coach. I'm a bodybuilder. I'm a power lifter. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm all the things wrapped into one. Am I perfect? No. I try my best to be my best, and I try and have a positive impact on somebody else's life. I think that is the reason for life, is to pay it forward and be positive and share that with someone else. My next question. Are you something or someone that the 12 to 14-year-old version of you would have been proud of? Thinking back when I was 12, 14 and completely dedicated my life to playing football, being a head football coach at a high school probably would not have been the ultimate goal. Knowing that I tried my hardest and I could not make it to the NFL, probably this is second best. Moving on from that and changing careers and ending up somewhere else probably wouldn't have made 12 to 14-year-old self the proudest. But I feel like some of the work that I've put in and knowing the journey that I've been on this whole time, this whole part of life, I think 12 to 14-year-old me would have been very proud of me. I think if I went back in time and met me, he would have been very happy and excited to look at me and look at the physical art I've created, I guess, and been very happy with it. So yes, proud of me. My next question. Are you something your kids would be proud of or are proud of? My kids don't really understand because their scope is so small. They only know a very small portion of the world. I do think they're proud of me. I do think they see the progress that I make and they enjoy it. But they're 7 and 3. They probably think that every dad does the same things I do. But in the future, I think they'll look back, look at my journey. Hopefully they listen to these podcasts later. That's part of the reason why I create them. So I kind of have a legacy. I have a story. I have something to share with them once they reach the maturity and they can follow along. I think there's a lot to be proud of. I'm always proud of them, very proud of them. And I think that they would be proud of me as well. Next one. And I forgot where I got this from, but it's a number. 4,096. Probably heard it on a podcast or something. 4,096. If you go back 10 generations, it took 4,096 different people getting together, having a relationship to bring you to where you are. So if you ever play that game 2048 where you move the blocks around and it doubles in numbers, if you go back 10 generations, the number of people it took to bring you here today is 4,096. So my question is, would those 4,096 people think that it was worth it? I don't know how many of those people in your world are still alive. For me, it's not many. Man, it's only a handful. But 4,096 people, would they all be happy? All their hard work, all of their life, all of their story, all of their hard work, and just making it through the day and making sure that the next generation had what they needed to have to survive. Are they happy? Are they proud of what you've become? Again, I say yes. I believe so. Obviously, times change. People think that technology makes you weak and certain things make you weaker. And some of my old fashioned ancestors may have thought less of the world we live in today. But again, given the journey, given the path I'm on, I think they'd all be very happy. My final question. And this is not so much for me because I know the answer, it's more for listeners out there. If any of those four questions, any of those first four questions brought you pause, what changes do you need to make to check those boxes? So if you could not answer, who are you? If you can answer the right way for would younger you have been proud of you? Would your kids be proud of you? Those 10 generations before you? What changes do you need to make? Is it as simple as making yourself a better person as far as being nice to others? Is it changing a career? Is it changing aspects of your life to make yourself healthier, happier, more wealthy? What are those things that need to happen? It's a great question to consider. Not everyone is meant to change the world. And this weekend we saw Deadpool and Wolverine. Great movie, go see it. But there was a lot of reflective thought in that movie about I was meant to for greater things. I was put on this earth to save the world. And if you're not a world saver, what are you? You're a car salesman or whatever. Spoiler alert, I guess. Um, but some people, again, I believe that you're just put on this earth to make life better for your children and to whatever it takes. Where you there's a purpose for everyone to be on this earth. So is that purpose? Can you measure that by just putting a smile on somebody else's face on a regular basis? Can you measure that by having a strong impact on somebody's life? Can you measure that by just making someone else's life or job easier? Can you measure that by helping others? Or at least can you do your part to make your impact on the world a little less? And no, I'm not talking about green energy and all that. That's a political thing that I'm not really going to dive into. But are you taking up space and not returning the favor? We all get a limited time in this world. Are you making the most of it? And if any of those questions that I just brought up bring some hard truth, it is time to make changes. It's time for you to look yourself in the mirror, figure out what the issues are, put your foot down, and get it going. So let me reflect a little bit on this week. I soft started some online coaching, and I've started working with people one on one writing, and I've always done it, but this has been more formal. This has been more of a bigger clientele. I've been online coaching, so I've been writing nutrition plans and fitness plans and training programs for people catered to their needs, customized to their needs. At first, I was like, I don't know if I've been thinking about doing this for years. At first, I was thinking, I don't know if I'm meant to do this. I don't know if I have the what people are looking for to get them moving. And I've always been kind of kicking myself and slowing myself down and I was talking to somebody a little while back and they were such a naysayer, asking me all the questions that are questions that I put on myself that I was like, stop, you're using these questions and I can see where they're coming from because again, I've asked myself of these before. You're putting barriers up. You're creating an issue where there doesn't need to be an issue. So some of the specific questions that were asked were like, you can work around that, or that's not a concern, or like these hurdles I was putting in my place were the same ones getting thrown back at me until I was finally like, enough is enough. Let me just start somewhere. So I started. I opened up social media, started hammering that I had 5 or 7 openings, and they filled up pretty quick. I have seven people I'm working with, and I'm giving them all the attention that I can outside of my work hours, of course. And that's very, very important to me. I don't want to have any negative impact on my work based on what I'm creating as like a new hobby on the side. And man, the return has been phenomenal. And we're just getting started with a few people. I think I have 5 or 6 people who are dialed in and ready to go tomorrow. But man, it has been fun just talking to them, hearing their excitement and hearing their stories about like, man, I've been looking for this, and finally someone popped up right in front of me that has the opportunity to give it to me. And again, I'm kicking myself thinking earlier, like, I don't know if I have enough knowledge, I don't know if I have the expertise, but I've coached like thousands of high school kids. I've put hundreds of people on fitness and nutrition programs over the years. And then again, just talking to people and taking that like that outsider view of the conversation and realizing how much I'm giving them was like, this is awesome. So we're started with that. We'll see how it goes, man. I'm really excited. There's a lot of people who I think are going to make huge strides, and these are people who are motivated enough to reach out when I put a post up. So I think they have the right things, and I think it's going to be a huge success for them. And for me, it gives me a great opportunity. So for me, I've been in this bodybuilding world of planning around bodybuilding and trying to get my nutrients and my macronutrients and my micronutrients dialed into where I want them to be for me and my metabolism and my workout regimen and my schedule and all of about me. So it kind of corners my experience and everything I want to learn into one person, one market. The nice thing about this, having 5 to 7 people or 7 people that I'm working with, I get 7 other bodies to work with. I get 7 other metabolisms. I get 7 other work schedules. I get 7 other experience levels. I get 7 other goals that I can kind of play with, work with, use everything that I've ever learned to do 7 or 8 things at once. So I have a power lifter, which obviously I know, and I can't wait to get him to his first meet. I have a bodybuilder, which I know, and I'm excited. I can't wait to get him to his first contest. I have father of 2 or 3 children, and he's older than me, but I can't wait to share my expertise and start their journey. I have a mother of 2 children, and I got a bunch of other people, but just the variety that's there, I'm so excited to see kind of what I can do with their hard work and help them take that next step. And again, I started all this back when I was super heavy and needed help. There were people I turned to, and they helped me. And I need, if I didn't have those people, my coach that I'm working with, Eric Dong, if I didn't have his just kind of, again, I know how to do all these things, but having an outsider give me numbers and give me nutrients and give me counts and different things, it takes me out of it. It gets me out of my own head. It gets me out of the way, and I can just follow. The mark of a good leader is to be a great follower, right? So I can just follow and do what he says, and I don't have to get in my own way. So that's out of the way. And I have people that are my biggest cheerleaders. I got people that push me and help me all along the way, and I can't say enough about that. So for these people, I'm going to be that. I'm going to be the unbiased coach in their world. I'm going to cheer them on, pat them on the back, share in their successes, help them through their failures, and we're going to get there. I'm excited. So that's been a highlight, and it's been a lot of work to do all the intakes and do all the programs and build them all out. But as of right now, we're squared away. Most of them are going to start here in the next couple of days. And the rest of them are going to start by the end of the week. And man, I just can't wait. What else? School year starts when you're listening to this. If you listen to it when it drops tomorrow, school year starts on Wednesday, the 21st. Looking forward to that. A lot of fun things, always that fun new energy in the school. So excited. It's going to be fun. As far as my bodybuilding is going, things are going really well there. I'm ending this 4-week block. I don't know. I kind of keep myself out of the decision making, so I let my coach do all the thought there. Um, I think we're going to go down in calories after this block and start to really pump up and see how close to stage ready we can get. There's been some small changes the last two blocks, but the consistency has been awesome because things have really changed. If you look at some of my pictures, my last post on, I think it was Instagram, was big old fat me back when I won inner city championship one game, big beard, shirt was way too tight. I had to be 3 bills in that picture. And then picture of me that day where I was 6 pack and flexing on camera. And granted, it is not where I want to be. I still have some fat I need to get rid of. But just if you would have asked me when I was big fat me if I would have ever put a shirtless picture up, no chance. I was the shirt at the beach kind of guy then. But now I'm like, I'm posting pictures of me shirtless, which is a new confidence thing. And again, I'm not where I want to be yet, but very happy with my progress. So we're going to keep that going. Well, I'm done rambling for today. Short episode, 16 minutes. Again, what's your legacy? What's the mark you're going to leave on the world? Or would your children be proud of you? Would 12 to 14-year-old you be proud of you? Those are the questions that you need to ask. And these are questions that I ask myself every couple of months just to evaluate and make sure I'm on the right path. It's been a lot of fun. It's been exciting. I can't wait to continue down this path of enjoying the things that I do. Can't wait to watch my kids grow into this world. And I've only had Logan down here lifting a couple times. It's time to get him down here some more. So with that, another episode, short one, 16 minutes on legacy. Looking forward to more social media fun and seeing what the responses are to these episodes. It's been great seeing all the likes, comments, but if you want to go the extra mile and help me out, share my social media links, share this episode, follow this podcast, Dragons and Demons Real Motivation. Although this was a short one, I think it was a powerful one, and there's a lot more episodes to come. Well, see ya next Tuesday. No day is a bad day. Not even Tuesday. Have a strong day. We're out.